Happy Tuesday, guys. What's up? Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt, to follow me across all socials. This podcast always being brought to you by omahasteaks.com. Promo code is JUICE at the search bar, or at checkout, rather. Saves you $30 off the 50% off savings going on right now at omahasteaks.com with their holiday sale. Get the order in now in time for the holiday season. Okay, I've got a bunch of stuff to get to today. I've been in the lab. I've been cooking, trying to find a way out of this, okay? I got 5 bets for us today, all right? Normally, I give you like 3 bets that are official and like 2 bets that I like. I got 5 bets that are going to be official, and I got 1 bet that I like because I went 2-2 yesterday. The prop bet didn't hit with Tua, so technically 2-3. We went 2-2. Team total for the Packers, that came in. Pacers win and covered, that came in. The other 2 bets for the NFL, missed field goal, man. That blocked field goal by the Packers killed us, or by the Titans for the Dolphins rather. That killed us. If that thing doesn't get blocked, they wind up with 30. We go over 29.5. We would have gotten under 30, or what I thought they would score was 30. They should have scored 30. They scored 27. That was a bummer. And then the Giants, congrats to Tommy DeVito and everything going on with him and the Paisans. And I'm half Italian, by the way, in case you don't know. I'm half Italian. Last name's Perrault. Last name's French. Dad is a mutt. My mother's 100% Italian. My whole family. I was raised Italian my whole life. Like, you ask me what I am, I'm Italian with a French last name, but I'm Italian, okay? De Quattro is my mom's maiden name. Joseph De Quattro was my grandfather. He was a bookie, bar owner. This is a family business, in case you don't know my bio, okay? Look up Sears Tavern in Lawrence, Mass. That was my grandfather's bar. I would go there after school and watch guys go into the back. And then when my grandfather got pinched for running numbers, I said, "What's running numbers?" First time I'd ever heard of what a bookie was. Placed my first bet with Grandpa Joe at Rockingham Park for all you New Hampshire people. Remember Rockingham Park? There used to be a racetrack. First time I ever placed a bet. I was 10 years old. Started a lifelong obsession with this stuff, and I always say my grandfather is somewhere up there laughing his ass off going, "My grandson did it. He went into sports betting, and now they made it legal. How do they make it legal? How is this possible?" Shunned, thrown, looked down upon. "Oh, you bookies, you bad people." My grandfather used to walk around with a wad of cash in one pocket and a pistol in the other. No lie. But I love my grandfather. I loved my grandfather. He passed away at 81 a bunch of years ago. But I'm half Italian, okay? So, that's me. But I got a bunch of stuff to get to. A lot of hockey, okay? I'm going to the Creighton UNLV game on Wednesday, okay? I'm going to that game. So today's hockey heavy. Tomorrow will be college basketball heavy. Even though the games this week are garbage games in college basketball, but I'll be at the Creighton UNLV game. Creighton plays Alabama later in the week. Big week for Creighton basketball, but they'll be playing here. I'll see them with my own eyes in person. So obviously they'll have a bunch of stuff going for that game for the Jays. And the Rebels coming up on Wednesday. But before we get to the picks for today, I have to tell you about our friends at Fanimal. If you love going to concerts and live events like I do, we know the hidden fees suck. We know the customer service can be terrible, and we can sometimes fight with our friends about coordination. It could be difficult. Fanimal's got you covered. Concerts, festivals, hockey, basketball. No fees on the ticket prices. The price you see is the price you pay. Now, Fanimal's got this patented group purchase system. It's very easy to use. You split the payments with your friends, and no one's left holding the bag. You don't commit to buying until your friends do. You pick the seats, you pick how many tickets you want, you pay for yourself, send a link to your friends. When they join, everyone gets charged separately, and your tickets are secured. Fanimal's got great customer service. The next time you need tickets, go to Fanimal.com or go and download the Fanimal app and use the promo code Fanimal Juice. That will get you $20 off your first purchase at Fanimal. Fanimal Juice, the promo code for $20 off your first purchase. Check out Fanimal and experience more. All right. I got a whole lot to get into, so get comfortable, get your coffee ready to go, and we're going to start breaking down some games. I'm going to go in reverse order of the games are going to be played. Let's go to the late night game, Winnipeg against San Jose. How about this? Winnipeg, they are on an 11-1 run for no goal in the first 10 minutes. No gift. Remember that bet? If you're new, goal in the first 10 minutes is a gift. No or yes. That's an amazing run, okay? This is the worst team in hockey. They're in last place right now for giving up a goal or scoring a goal in the first 10 minutes of their games. San Jose, 53% of the time, they have no goal to be given up, okay? So they're a little bit on the coin flippy side on this in San Jose. But in the first period, the Sharks have been pretty good. 1-1, 0-0. It's been pretty consistent for the Sharks recently. They get going in the third period. They are bonkers crazy in the third period. It's Blackwood against Brossoit. You get plus money if you go under 1.5 goals in the first period. Here's the trend. Winnipeg is 2-10 over their last 12 games to a first period over. San Jose is 3-7 over their last 10 to a first period over. Get plus money on this. Blackwood, last 2 games at home, have gone under in the first period. Brossoit, last game on the road, went under in his last 2 games overall, also under in the first period. Let's get good goaltending. Winnipeg, San Jose, under 1.5 goals. You can bet the gift too, by the way. If you want to bet them both, you can do that. I haven't made up my mind yet. I got to kind of like ease my way back into gifts. No goal in the first 10 minutes. It's a little bit scary because a lot of these games for San Jose have been going 1-0. So that's my fear. I think 1 goal gets scored. When does that goal get scored? I'm not positive, but I'm pretty confident 1-0 will be the score after the first period for Winnipeg and San Jose. And if you're an East Coast person, you watch the first period and then go to bed. Plus 110, under 1.5 goals. Winnipeg, San Jose, 1 unit down, official play. First period, under. You can bet the gift no as well if you would want. That gets you plus money as well. That's plus 110 at most books as well. But I'm going to go for the full period. Under 1.5 goals, first period, Winnipeg and San Jose. Let's talk about Vancouver and Tampa Bay. This was wild. So a lot of times people ask, like, what do I do for research? Well, you can look at betting trends and you can look at different. I like to go and read, if I can, the game notes. Like a lot of times I find a lot of the Drake and the Creighton information, but I go to their website, I find the game notes and I read the game notes. I do it so you guys don't have to. But I found a stat that was kind of like, whoa. The Canucks are 1-9 in their last 10 games against Tampa Bay, including this year where they lost 4-3 at Tampa. They don't play them all that much, but they stink against them. Now, overall, all time, they're 10-6-2-2 on home ice. But Demko's in net tonight. He's 0-3 with a 3.66 goals against average and just an 883 save percentage in 4 career games against the Lightning. That's awful. I mean, that's not good at all. That worries me a ton. Now, Vasilevsky's in net here for Tampa. And he's been an absolute roller coaster ride. I mean, he's been giving up goals like crazy. Every book in the country is at 6.5 right now, except for BetMGM. They're at 6. This happened last time, and we bet this. They're either late on the move or they're betting under because Demko has been tremendous at home, and they're getting hit with a bet first because Demko has been tremendous at home this year. But you know what's weird about his numbers? You start like looking at what Demko has done recently, and I don't know if he's getting tired. I don't know if they're using him too much, but the numbers are not what you would want. They're not like you're going like, okay, this is absolutely a goaltender who's hot and has been as hot as he has been at different points during the year. He's got 2.49 goals against average. He's 13-7 on the year, and you look at his splits and you're like, oh, Thatcher Demko at home, 2.29 goals against. He's 9-3 with a 2.29 goals against average. But lately, he's given up 4, 3, 6, and 3. Woo. Okay. That's not great. Okay, that's not a guy with a 2.49 goals against average over the last 4 games for him with Vancouver. So either there's a book on him that teams are figuring out, or he's tired, or he's injured. I don't know what it is. Vasilevsky's an absolute roller coaster ride. I mean, he can be lights out. He can shut out whoever, anyone in hockey, he can shut out. 3-1-0-6 his last 4 games. But he's been inconsistent here on the road, okay? 3 goals against Seattle in a 4-3 win in their last game back on the 9th. Against Dallas, he gave up 6 goals on the road. Against Colorado, he gave up 3 goals. He was hurt, remember. He didn't start coming back until the 24th of November. So this is sort of a small sample size. But on the road so far, 3.79 goals against average for Vasilevsky. 1.34 at home. Okay? So again, I think people either BetMGM got hit with a bet that dropped it from 6.5 to 6, or they're just behind the move. But most books opened up at 6.5. They open up at 6. Don't know, don't care. We're betting it. Over 6 for Vancouver and Tampa Bay. Over 6 for 1.25 units, minus 125, over 6. Good push potential, too, on this, but I think this game's going to go over. I think it's a 4-3 game, much like the first game. It's a 4-3 game. The Canucks are 18-9-1 at home. I do lean towards them to win the game, but I am afraid about that 0-3 record for Demko. So, this is the most experienced hockey team in all of the NHL. They're the oldest team, one of the oldest teams in the NHL. Every player is over 25 for Tampa Bay. So they've played the Canucks, they've played Demko, so they clearly like shooting at him, and they clearly think they know how to score on him. So I'm just going to bet the over. Over 6 for Vancouver and Tampa Bay, 1.25 units. Okay, bet 3. Vegas is at home against Calgary. Vegas has been very good to the under this year. 4-1 over the last 5 games to the under for the Vegas Golden Knights. It's Hill in net up against Wolf. Who's that? Well, Calgary is going to have their hands full here tonight. Calgary lost 6-5 last night against Colorado. Colorado-Vegas back-to-back might be one of the more difficult back-to-backs in all of the NHL. That's brutal. 2 of the best hockey teams, and they had a lead in that game. They had a big lead, and it was either 4-2 or 5-2, one of the 2 against Colorado, and they blew it. Avalanche came all the way back, stormed back, and stole the game 6-5. It didn't even go to overtime, 6-5 on that. Yeah, the Avalanche scored 3 goals in the third period. It was 5-3 at one point. Yeah, that's what it's 5-3. And then 3 straight goals for Colorado, and they won the game 6-5. That's a bad beat if you had the Flames last night. But you have, and this is all projected goaltenders now. This is expected. Things can change. I do believe either goaltender for Vegas, I don't care. But the goaltender for Calgary, I think you got to be aware of, because what I'm going to recommend you guys betting on is a little bit on the scarier side. So we don't know much about this Wolf cat, okay? This Wolf guy for Calgary, but he's their third goaltender. Calgary is 5-8-2 straight up this year on the road. But 11 of their 17 losses this year have been by 2 goals or more. They haven't been great. On the puck line, they haven't been great. In fact, they're 4-10 on the puck line this year. 4-10. It's one of the worst teams in hockey. If you bet every game on the puck line for them, you'd be down 12 units, okay? I'm not saying Vegas has been tremendous, but they're 9-6, and you'd be up 5 units if you have bet them on the puck line. Hill's in net, back-to-back for Calgary. They just played against the Avalanche. They gave up 3 goals in the third period, and now they're limping in here to Vegas. They're going to get here late and then turn around and play in this atmosphere against this goaltender. Hill is tremendous at home, sub 2 goals against average, and Vegas is scoring a lot of goals. Like a lot of goals. Their offense is really hot. They won 6-1 their last game. 6 guys scored a goal in that game. 6-1 win. Blowout. I'm going to take a flyer here, and I got so much going on. Why not? Vegas Golden Knights on the puck line is plus 136. Let's go puck line. Let's take a shot at it. Let's see if Vegas can win by 2 here. Vegas Golden Knights puck line plus 136 up against the Calgary Flames. And one more official hockey play for you guys. Carter Hart is up against Saros here. It's Nashville and Philadelphia. This has been maybe my favorite bet so far this year is the Nashville Predators over in the first period. Nashville has cooled off. They've definitely cooled off. They're just 6-4 over their last 10 games, but they're still hitting at a 69.2% clip. 18 times out of 26 games, they have gone over. Philadelphia is 5-5 over their last 10, but they are 17 of their 26 games. That's 65% to go over. The reason why the numbers come down a little bit is that Nashville hasn't been hitting as consistently on the puck line for first period over as we've been watching. But this is Carter Hart up against Saros, and I just think this is too good to be true here. I think you're getting a fast start. You're going to get a lot of offense right out of the gate here. 2 goals in the first period gets us it's a minus 130. Carter Hart is okay. He's all right. 6-1 with a 2.42 goals against average, but he can be had on the road. 2.45. He's 4-3. Save percentage is only 9.21. And on the road this year for Carter Hart recently, he's been pretty good. 2-1 on this road trip, actually. It's been pretty good, but all we need him to do is give up 1, and then Nashville gives up 1, and we go over here. And Saros can be, he's an absolute roller coaster ride. He can give up a bunch. This should be a high-tempo game. 6.5 is the total. We're going over in the first period. Nashville and Philadelphia, minus 130, 1.3 units. Now, there is one other game you can bet if you want, because the Blackhawks are taking on the Oilers. The Oilers are red hot. These numbers they're minus 400 on the money line, okay? You can use Edmonton in a money line parlay if you want. You take the Blackhawks, you want to take a flyer bet, crazy, dog play, take the Blackhawks. The over is minus 135. It's expensive, little concerned about it. It should go over, but I hate laying that much juice. The puck line is minus 162 for Edmonton on the puck line. But it is Mrazek against Skinner. I like Edmonton to win the game. I'm going to wait and see what the numbers. If I get a better price, I may come in and bet this game later in the day, in the night. Maybe I'll jump in on it. But for right now, I'm going to leave it alone, okay? So I have one NBA play for us here today, but the 4 hockey plays officially are under 1.5 goals, Winnipeg, San Jose, over 6 for the game between Tampa Bay and Vancouver, Vegas on the puck line at plus 136 here, and over 1.5 goals in the first period for Nashville and Philadelphia at minus 130. Okay, so even though there's 4 bets going on, we're not really going heavy on juice because we have a plus 110 bet for 1 unit, a plus 136 bet for 1 unit. We're laying minus 125 on the over 6, and we're laying minus 130 for Nashville and Philadelphia for the first period over. So that's good. That's not horrible. Now, the official play for the NBA. Dallas is taking on the Lakers. The Lakers are coming off this is their first game since the Vegas trip and the NBA Cup. Could we see a little bit of a Vegas flu? Maybe here for LeBron and Anthony Davis and company. I'd be curious to see who is playing, but everything we're seeing right now, it looks like everyone's going to play. Memphis took on Dallas last night. Game went over. In fact, the last 4 games for Dallas have gone over. 227.5 went over by 5.5 points. Against Portland, 233. Game went over by 4, 125, 112. Dallas is one of the best teams in all of basketball. To the over. I think they're 16-5 this year. To the over. However, they are a 3-point shooting team. And what do the Lakers do really well? Well, they guard the 3. The Lakers played at home against the Dallas Mavericks back on the 22nd of November. That total was 245. It went under by 40 points. Now, this game is in Dallas, so I'll give you that. However, last 4 games for the Lakers have gone under. Now, their last 4 games on the road have all gone over. So you may go, well, wait a minute, Matt. Why don't you bet the over? 235.5 is the total. It's high for a Laker game, all right? We don't see this very often. The last time we saw a total over 235.5, last game against Indiana, 242. Game went under by 10 points, 123 to 109. The Lakers have given up 109, 89, 103, and 97 over their last 4 games. Now on the road Oklahoma City, they gave up 133. Detroit, they gave up 107. Philadelphia, 138. Cleveland, 115. So you might turn around and go like, Matt, they're not the same team on the road as they are at home. This is a home team for Dallas. This game is going over. Maybe, but that's where the Vegas flu comes in. Okay? That's when a little bit of a sluggish Laker team may come on in, and they may need to play defense to keep themselves in the game if jump shots aren't falling. They may need to lock down defensively here on Dallas. The Lakers need to keep Dallas off the three-point line because they get a ton of their points off the three-point line. For that reason, that's why the first game went under. I think this game goes under. I'm going to bet under 235.5, 1.1 units. Lakers on the road at Dallas. All right? Totals Tuesday. Got all that? All right? Again, run through it one more time. The full slate, okay? Again, well, let me give you the options. If you want to add even more, I think no goal in the first 10 minutes for Winnipeg and San Jose is a good bet. That's plus 110. I think you can come in with anything you want on Edmonton in a money line parlay, take a money line, puck line, over. All those things are possible coming up for Chicago and Edmonton tonight if you want to jump in with that. But the official plays. Oh, first period under for Vegas, too. If you want to jump on that, I don't mind that. First period under between them, Calgary and Vegas. Hill has been tremendous. Probably 1-0 lead for Vegas after the first period, but I'm not going to make that official because Vegas has been scoring so many goals that it's a dangerous bet. But Vegas has been very profitable for a first period under this year. They are the worst team in hockey to a first period over. Only 11 times out of 28 games has Vegas had a first period over, and just 3 times in the last 10. But I believe the last 2 games it has gone over because they've been scoring. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. But if you don't want to bet the puck line on Vegas, you can bet the first period under if you want. Okay, those are the options. The official plays are under 1.5 goals, plus 110, Winnipeg, San Jose. Over 6, minus 125 for Tampa Bay and Vancouver. Vegas on the puck line against Calgary at plus 136. First period over 1.5 goals. Nashville and Philadelphia at minus 130. And the Lakers and Dallas under 235.5 in the NBA. 5 bets official for today. Let's have some fun here with hockey. Let's get back into the hockey and the NBA, folks. NFL football is winding down. Let's get back into it. We've had a really good winter. This is the point where last year, hockey and NBA basketball took over and we took off. Let's have it happen again this year here for the Daily Juice. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning. The Daily Juice podcast is being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.